for sharing us too.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Catfish Weekly. Along with Mr. Josh, I am Chad Wicked, and we are a host short tonight. Mr. Lyle will not be joining us for tonight's show. He sends his regrets, but we will ask that everybody keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
We won't go any further than that, but we will kick off this here good show because we have Outdoor Wicked Adventure. Yin and Yang, if you've watched their channel.
There we go.
We have excitement, and we have that's cool.
Always.
That's right. I like
My whole goal is to get Jeremy like jacked. Like.
Well, we're going to say hi to everybody here in chat real quick. Josh, do you want to do that tonight?
I would be happy to. Starting out, we've got Gula Cat. We've got channel member Rigging for Fatties, Pontoon Jody Catfishing, Erica Navarez, Salvador Castellanos, D. Meza, Vanessa Castellanos, Everett Thiles, Mike Young, FOA Customs and Gear. Hello, Freddie. 419 Fishing and Powder Coating. There's Mike from Greenwell Fishing. There's Size Matters Catfishing. Let's see here. Crappie Day Fish On. Joe Newman, Down East Outdoors. Jerry Hager, 419 Fish and Powder Coating. That's another one there. There is Benoit Fishing Outdoors. There's Jerry from Parker Pursuits. Schmieder of the Cedars is in here. I still like that name.
I love that name.
Sonny Parker's joined us. River Catfishing. Sean Abney, new channel member. Tom from LG Bass. We've got Dan Barrera. I know I messed that one up. James says hello. Sean Riley. Smallwater Charters. There is Bugman22. Dan Zonker. Whisker Dreams.
It's so
Abraham Saldana.
There we know.
There is David Smith. Uncle Lou. And that gets me down to the bottom, I believe.
All right.
75 people already watching, so
7,000.
Everyone.
Oh, we just bumped up
7,500 people.
81,000 people.
Oh, there's my favorite fields too.
Hey, there's my beautiful wife. Dee.
Channel member, Get Hooked on D Fishing. Member for 33 months. Love Catfish Weekly and praying for Lyle. Like we said, if you're just joining us, Lyle sends his regards this week. He is not going to be able to join us. We're not giving out really any specific details, but just keep Lyle and his family in your thoughts and prayers.
And we love you, Pops.
Love you, Lyle.
That's why I'm number one son, because I'm not afraid to call him Pops, and Josh is. But, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Did she just try to poke me in the eye or pick
Yeah.
my nose? I don't know.
She just noticed your name.
How exciting!
Well, I mean, if you didn't notice right before we went live, I was talking about that. You know, my name is Chad Wick, and my original my original channel name when I was gonna first start doing YouTube was Wicked Outdoors, and then I saw somebody else had it, and I'm like, God, what a bunch of losers taking my name. So, then I changed it at that point to Fishing with a Chad. And then now I'm Fields to Water. Long story there. And then, we're going to start out the show with the most coveted and toughest question of the night to see if you get it right this time. So, who is your favorite YouTuber out there? And who was and who would you like to fish with, obviously? So we're going to start there because there's only one right answer.
Okay. You say the right answer.
I mean, the first person I started watching was Josh from Pig Patrol.
They're already failing, Josh.
I know, right?
They picked the wrong Josh.
I know. For a second, there was a glimmer of hope there.
I knew him before he started doing YouTube, so I mean, and I've fished with BJ from 402 Outdoors. We do a trip with them every year, but There's a lot of good Nebraska YouTubers, so.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of good Nebraska ones, but I feel like who do we watch? We watch a lot of non-Nebraska ones.
Yeah. I watch a lot of like that aren't even fishing related, that are more adventure related. Like I watch Mav.
The Outdoor Boys.
Yeah, the Outdoor Boys.
Shut up, Keith. Nobody likes you no more because
I watch
beat you.
Keith's channel. Alyssa loves Keith's channel. That's like one of her favorites.
I literally set you two up for success with this question prior, notating that my daughter's name is Alyssa.
And you are our favorite YouTuber. But we just like a lot of them.
Wow.
But yeah, that is funny you said that because I was going to say fishing and stuff. I like laugh my butt off. And I'm so happy. Like I like smile and laugh so much that I'm hurting after I watch some of his videos. So
I mean, he needed an ego boost, so I did make the latest fishing and stuff video. I'm just gonna put that out there. I mean, he needed to boost his numbers up.
If Keith put you in a video, he must have been hard up this week for content.
Well, they didn't catch no fish, and they got beat by me. So I'm just, I mean, I don't want to throw it out there for a third time that I've beat him, but anyway, this ain't about Keith. This is about Jeremy and Alyssa. Tell us a little bit about you guys' self. I've been trying to catch up on your guys' stuff. I watched some stuff here and there, but I've been, since we're gonna have you on, I've been trying to really study up, so I didn't sound too stupid. But like saying you're from Oklahoma or one of them like other weird states like Iowa. Sorry, I saw Uncle Lou in here. But so you guys are from Nebraska. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. And
we're from Nebraska. Well, I was actually born and raised here, but you're born in.
Yeah, I was born in North Carolina. My dad was military, so we moved around a lot. This was just the last. We ended up. So my whole family, like both my parents' side of the family, is from Indiana. So, but yeah, I started YouTube. I guess it's almost been 2 years ago, and I started it as Wicked Whiskers, and I just did it like periodically. I didn't take it like too serious. And then when me and Alyssa started hanging out, and she was having fun doing it, we just picked up on doing it, and we changed the name so it was more ours than mine, and we kept rolling with it. Now I think we at least get one video out a week pretty much all the time.
So yeah, I like that. Joint YouTube, but not. I do notice you guys still have separate Facebook, so we're good. If not Jeremy and Alyssa.
Right.
Yes, no. Good. I was actually told for a while, like, oh, you should start a YouTube. Have you ever thought about a YouTube? And I was like, no. Like, I'd have to literally meet someone who did all of everything. And I was like, right? So I was like, oh, that's never going to happen. And lo and behold, Jeremy was like, we started talking about tournament stuff originally because I was traveling so far for tournaments. I wanted to find something a little bit closer. And then he was like, hey, do you like want to join my YouTube? You don't have to do anything. Like, you just have to be you. I was like, that's what I wanted my whole life. Whoa.
And so that is perfect to get on there and just be yourself.
Yes, it is.
Now, so what we see in the videos is, like I said, like I even watched your recap, the 2023 like best moment. Yeah. Is that Alyssa all the time?
All the time.
Oh my god!
I have to tell people all the time because they're like, tell Alyssa to like settle down, and not be so fake on the camera. I'm like, she's not fake. That's 100% her. That's like all the time.
You guys, I just
it don't matter if it's this big or this big.
I was hiding under the covers this morning so that I was hopefully wouldn't wake Jeremy up, like watching reels of these guys catching gator gar. And I was like, don't let it go in under the bridge. Don't let it go under the bridge. You're going to lose it. Like under the covers this morning. Like that's how Jeremy woke up.
Because you just thought those covers were the sound barrier.
I'm like, what is wrong with me? But
oh, I love it.
Oh, that's funny.
That just gets me excited.
Okay, and B Angler says, hey guys, y'all have my favorite couple on.
What's up, Kevin?
How's it going?
I'm not going to tell Kevin that D is also watching.
Everett Thao said 100% Alyssa all the time. I've been on that boat. It's always a fun time.
Gosh. Plus the stuff we have to cut out because it's like too much. You're like, no.
Well, I mean, I like what you say too. Is you're not primarily a catfish channel. You were talking about that. You decided, to kind of change the name around for that as well, right? Because you wanted to be more of your outdoor adventures.
Just everything outdoors, whether it's cooking, hiking. I mean, it makes it where I don't have to catch fish because we make the video into an adventure along the way of catching the fish. And we don't catch fish, we don't catch fish. That's the reality of it. But
well, and we're learning too. Like as we go, we're getting better at boat camping, better at car camping. Ultimately, our goal is to live in a van when the kids are
down by the river.
Down by the river.
We'll always have like a small home base, but definitely want to be van lifers and
just travel.
So that's the end goal. And going from there, we're always like looking at different stuff, utilizing space, trying to figure out different techniques. Just the thrill. I mean, you guys know the thrill of being able to go out and be a little more primitive. You're like, you get this, man, I could do this. Like if I had to do this, I could do this. So it's definitely this adrenaline rush you get from all of it.
When you get the van, you just basically got gifted an intro to that video.
Oh yeah,
Jeremy has to do a van down by the river.
Yep, the Chris Farley thing. You got to do it.
Got to do it, my friend.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
You do that. There's probably a golden whisker in that one for you. So, I mean, that's.
Well, and that's why we can't do like a camper because the camper would be harder to pull off the spots we go. It's got to be van life. So.
Well, I mean, like what you were saying, talking about the not fishing part of it, just to get it out a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about how long the hike actually was to find the skull and bones of that. Was it what is your favorite bird?
The vulture.
The vulture.
The vulture. Yeah. Yes.
So we actually went to that island after a tournament we had in that area. I think it was back in April.
We were mushroom hunting.
Yeah, we were mushroom hunting on the island, and we came across a dead vulture, but it was like fresh dead. I was like, I'll just mark it on the Google Maps, and if we're ever back here, we'll come see if the skull that's here. And we went back there, so we went, but the hike was probably only half a mile in, half a mile out. It wasn't like a huge hike.
And oh my gosh, I can't believe we actually, for some reason, the excitement of stumbling across it, but then pinning it and actually going back to find it once it was like all decomposed and actually finding it. It was pretty cool. Like that was exciting.
I do see my wife is in chat dropping the link to their channel to go check all this stuff out.
Thank you.
But I will warn you, and I know you guys you said you've been doing this for a little while now, and you're doing the editing and learning different stuff and all that. I can't remember the name of that show. I just had it where they're walking through the woods in the dark. Feel to it.
Blair Witch.
Oh yeah.
If it had been dark,
it was a cloudy day. So
it was.
It was actually right before we got a bad snowstorm. Actually, the very next day, that lake was completely froze over.
Really?
Yeah. It dropped to like -17, and everything froze up.
Well, like I was sitting there going, "Oh God, I don't know what they're going to find." They keep saying they're going to looking for these one bones, but I'm waiting for something else.
Yeah, you're like, what are we?
To jump out there.
Well, and I wanted to go find it before springtime because I'm like 100% sure that's where I sat in poison ivy.
Now, I'm thinking there might be a story behind this one. Angela Fricky says, Alyssa threw a pop bottle at my head in the pitch dark in a takedown.
That happened.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what just happened, but your pop bottle just hit me in the head. So they reenacted it. Like, if you go watch the video, they reenacted what happened.
Oh my gosh.
I was just sitting there, like I had it was empty for one, but I had my Mountain Dew and I was literally sitting in my camping chair and we were fishing on the canal and there was a big takedown and it just hit Angela.
That happened.
And that's a good fish. That
Did we get the fish?
Yeah.
That was a good fish. Yeah.
Okay, did we get the fish?
Did we
I
get
was
it?
the fish.
We lose.
That was Angela's first flathead. Remember?
That was right. That's right. Yeah. That was
And Jeremy-
exciting.
And she was nervous, by the way. She's having a blast. So let's back up a little bit. Not
Did you
just.
tell I was nervous?
Oh yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck?
By the way, we have 101,000 people watching now. But now I want to back up a little because you talked about outside of the YouTube side, right? I mean, obviously we're kind of going down that rabbit hole, but you brought up tournaments. What kind of tournaments do you guys fish and stuff out there, or where are you fishing these tournaments at? And I know you like to travel as well, so.
Yeah, it's catfish tournaments. I started catfish tournaments like 12 years ago with those small local clubs around Nebraska, and then every once in a while we'll go to the ones down in Kansas or whatever. But I also run a tournament series in Nebraska, and it's built up to be what is the biggest one in Nebraska. But we're kind of cutting back on that because I'm trying to concentrate on both YouTube and the tournaments, and it was just taking up too much time.
Yeah.
So we're only running 5 events this year, but.
Mhm.
Those 5 events will be that much better because I'll have more time and effort to put into them. So.
That'd be pretty cool. Do you guys do like a drive-through way in, or just carry the
If
tub?
we're able to, but most of the time, no.
Yeah.
Is that because the horse and cart don't come through?
The way they're
okay.
set up, it's hard to do like a drive.
I was wondering,
And
those
our
horse and
tournament
buggies
series-
are hard to get through sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our tournament series is held at a different place every event
Yeah.
and not the same lake. So
I was trying to crack a joke, but thanks. You're just like my daughter. You ruin all my jokes.
I hear we have similar names.
Oh, now you notice.
Channel member Rigging for Fatty said, I mean a friend is asking, can you share those exact GPS locations where on the Missouri River you're catching those big cats? Again, he's asking for a friend. So
We'll get out there, Chris.
I was gonna say, well, we're going fishing with you, so you'll know all of them.
You knew what area we were
There
in
you go.
today.
hey, Kevin from Palmetto Cat said, where does the name Outdoor Wicked Adventures come from?
So I actually started our tournament series is called Wicked Whiskers, and I started that years ago. I say the first Wicked Whiskers thing I did was probably 8 or 9 years ago. I don't know. I'm a big heavy metal guy, and the name Wicked just sounded cool. And Wicked Whiskers together. So. And then when we switched the name, I still wanted to keep Wicked in there, so we went with Outdoor Wicked Adventures.
I believe that was the name of his band.
And we were super nervous about that name change, and it was probably one of the best decisions we ever made for the channel because we fish for especially this past year, we've fished for so many species of fish that it's kind of nice to not be stuck to just catfish. Although we're still on the hunt for Nessie.
You still see a lot of catfish.
Well, I don't know, the little bit that I've got to check out. I know you guys. I don't know, the one spoonbill that you caught. You had me about a nervous wreck. I guess you guys were trying to chase it down the river. And she was on the back. Yeah. She's on the back of the boat.
That's her PB.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that when I was using the multi-bar express?
Yes, you were.
My perch, yeah.
Yeah. And it looked like you did, some striper, and then was it redfish? Maybe I'm not.
Yeah, we did freshwater redfish. So the 2 freshwater lakes in Texas that have them.
Oh, I didn't know that was freshwater. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, the alligator.
Yeah, the alligator gar are fun.
Those are fun fish to catch.
They are.
That's
the
we've
ridiculous
ever caught them, for sure.
Yeah, they get huge the further south you go. It looks like so.
Huge shout out to Milton. He knows how to get an alligator gar out there. We went with extreme trophy catfishing.
We did. Holy moly, it was fun. But man,
So
redfish were strong. Between the Texas heat and the fight of that fish, holy cow, I was like beat. Like spoonbill fighting beat. It was crazy.
They fight a lot like striper. I compare them to striper when we went out and caught them.
Now where
drum kind of
like even the the spoonbills. So where were you? Are you fishing the Missouri River stretched up through there, even up through Nebraska? Is that up through there?
Yeah, that's where we
Not
fished.
for spoonbill.
Not for spoonbill, but
Mm-mm.
for catfish.
Okay.
Yeah, the spoonbill we went down to Grand Lake in Oklahoma. So I used to spoonbill fish from the bank, where you just had to sit there and yank all day
Yeah,
and
no
wore
thanks.
yourself out. And then Tommy Vaughn actually took us out on Grand Lake. He guides for him out there, and he showed us how to do it from a boat, pulling dipsy divers. And then we took that knowledge and did it ourselves at Lake of the Ozarks when we went out there with 402.
And we
Outdoors.
had a crazy time at the Ozarks. And I can't wait to go back. Jeremy's like, so I'm sorry, but we're actually leaving to go to the Ozarks on your birthday. Like, that's how it fell. And I was like, that's like the best birthday gift I could ask for. What's wrong with you? So yeah, the end of March, we're heading back to the Ozarks, and we're very stoked about that one. We're taking your sister too.
We got to go to the Lake of the Ozarks the one day, and I'd like to go back a different time of year.
Yeah,
I will never go
Oh,
back.
you picked a bad time of year to go.
That time
out
of the
there,
year.
so.
Yeah.
When
there
did you
definitely
go?
is bad times to go there.
When the sea-doos are out at 6 a.m. when you're launching,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is, and I'm not
They
talking
do
like
a lot of them big boat races.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking like 1 or 2 sea. I'm talking like
All of them?
brigade. There's like 10, 20 of them flying by you at 6 a.m. You're like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, this is a fishing lake now.
All right.
I guess I'm so spoiled because that was my first time to the Ozarks, and it was like, it was like our boat and then 402. And
yeah, it's mostly just paddlefish people.
Yeah.
So you said you've been tournament fishing, Jeremy, yourself for like 12 years.
Yes.
How about you, Alyssa? How long have you been in this game of catfishing?
Oh, not very long, honestly. So I kind of, when COVID hit, is when I really started branching out a little bit more. And it kind of started to be more of like a fitness thing, like to get healthier.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Yeah, I love it. It was like, great to get outside, and I fell in love with camping. Like, again,
Nice.
the primitive side of like cooking outdoors and setting up camp and being able to be self-sufficient. And then I fell in love with the fishing, and it kind of went on from there. I traveled a little bit to go down to Alabama. I got really blessed to be able to fish Wheeler and Wilson a few times in some tournaments down there. And then I'm grateful for that because that's how Jeremy and I kind of started communicating was
No.
actually, so kind of a funny story.
Blush.
The first tournament I actually ever did, my friend Josh invited me to Johnson Lake out in western Nebraska to do a Wicked Whiskers tournament. First tournament I ever did. And I was a bank fisherwoman, okay? So I'm on a boat, and Jeremy gets on the boat. First time I ever met him. And Josh says, okay, Alyssa, show him the live wells. And I'm like, what's a live well? Bank fisherman, okay? First tournament ever of my life.
And I said,
yeah,
if you don't know where the live well is, I don't have to worry about you having fish in the boat.
Yeah,
And we didn't weigh it. Like, we didn't weigh in anything.
So, but that was actually the first time I ever met Jeremy, and I thought, well, that guy's never going to talk to me again.
Duh, I didn't even know what a live well was.
I know it sounds so ridiculous now,
but it's a learning experience. You didn't know.
That's what I'm trying to tell, like, everyone out there too. Don't just
Hey.
ask questions. Who cares?
I fish all the time with people that don't know what a live well is, and they've done dozens of tournaments because they don't catch fish to weigh in. So I won't mention their names. I saw them in here earlier.
Oh no!
But that brings him back. So what was the actual moment that hooked you on catfishing, though?
So I was fishing the Missouri River, and it was along the channel. Yeah, it was along the channel side. And I had set up, and it was one of the first times that I actually like rigged my pole myself, tied my knots myself, made my own rig, and put my line on my reel, and I was on my own. And I had ended up catching, I think it was a 39-pound blue cat in the current from the bank on the Missouri River by myself. And I was like, whoa, like the adrenaline. I'm getting goosebumps right now, like the adrenaline of it. So that was probably the first, and I had caught fish prior to that, but that was probably the first time that I was like, oh man, like this, like I'm on a hunt now. Like I didn't realize these fish could get this size, and 39 pounds, that's a big,
That's a
for
good
me,
size fish.
that's a big fish.
Very good size
Like,
fish.
Especially if you
so
know the Missouri River current.
I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And so, yeah. Ever since then, and now, we've been on the boat, and Jeremy's like learned the graph, and we're just, it's crazy. Like it's like that 39-pound turned into a 50-pound, turned into a 69-pound. Like, come on. I'm just like Jack thinking about it.
She just wants a bigger flathead now.
I do want a bigger flathead. That would be
We all
fun.
do.
Yeah, who doesn't though?
I was
I mean,
saying.
But even like Jeremy, so I was hooked, and I'm like all about chasing Nessie, you know, I just want a big 100-pound blue. And Jeremy's kind of definitely got me appreciating these channel cats that we have in Nebraska, because I'm sitting there thinking like, what? Why does this 10-pound channel cat fight like a 30-pound blue? And he's like, why is your 30-pound blue fight like a 10-pound channel cat? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
they're feisty and they get big here. We are known for big channel cats. So, yeah, definitely going to go after those some more this year. Definitely going to try and beat a PB flathead. Mine's 35. Yours is 50.
Show off.
Show off.
Now, what size channel cast do you have? Are you talking about like
Calamus
Constant 20?
Reservoirs. Calamus Reservoir is one of my favorite places
Well,
to go.
what's your PB
My
channel?
PB is 39 pounds, but I was
Your
like,
Channel cat.
I was
Holy crap.
20
You're
years
dead.
old when
You're
I
dead to
caught
me.
it. And I thought it was the state record. I rushed it over to the Games and Parks, and they weighed it, and it was 3 pounds short.
oh
But you did catch booger.
Yeah, I did catch a state record creek chub that I threw back.
That thing is like a pound. It was freaking huge.
But yeah, we like Calamus Reservoir. You could go out there and easily, like I think 2 years ago, me and my daughters caught 15 over 20 pounds in an afternoon.
Oh wow.
That's not my
Yeah.
PB, isn't it?
Day.
Yeah, and that's where she's got her PB now is 20 pounds. And that
Mhm.
same day, my daughter caught a 25 pounder.
Yeah.
My daughter, her PB is 27 pounds, I believe, and it's from
Mhm.
there. There's a lot of 20 pounders in that lake.
Mhm.
Josh, we might have a
I'm
secondary
thinking that it sounds
spot.
like we need to go to Nebraska. So
We're going
And
to-
there's some other
I'm
reservoirs that are
coming
even
aboard.
smaller that are out western Nebraska that can compete with Calamus, but we don't like to talk about them because everyone will fish them.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. All right. So real quick, we're already at 8:30, 7:30, and your all's weird time. And I don't want to delay
Real time.
getting this
it's
started.
7:30.
So, Jeremy, do you want to tell us the crowd here? We have 108 people watching right now. So, we want to keep them engaged and sticking around to watch the rest of this show. So, what are we doing here? We're going to give away something.
Yeah. So we work a lot with Meat Hunter Rods. Charles has been really good to us. And when we were doing this live, he hit me up and said he'd be willing to give away a Meat Hunter Flex Rod, which here's a Flex Rod. They're really good. I mean, they've caught monster fish on them, but they're really good channel cat rod.
Mhm.
They got a softer tip. But he's giving away a high vis one because they started coming out with these high vis colors you can see behind me. They don't have yellow in it. I think they have green, blue, pink.
And there's one other green, blue, pink, and orange.
Yeah,
or
orange.
something.
And then Ayers and Sons actually reached out to me recently and wanted to work with us because they have some reels that they have started putting out there after putting through the testing. And so he's going to pair up that Meat Hunter rod with a IR 6000 reel, and we're going to give it away tonight.
Well, sweet.
That
Let's go
is
ahead.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks to both those guys. Mark and Charles are good people.
Well, definitely thank you guys, and thank you to them as well for doing that. I'm going to get this here brought up. The giveaway tool here.
Well, Chad's doing that. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put those in chat. I've been trying to keep up with them, what we've had.
Yeah, if we've missed your question, feel free to please
if we've missed it, go ahead and put it back in there.
This is the Meat Hunter Flex rod.
Meat Hunter Flex rod.
Along with it, I'm sorry, what was the kind of reel?
It's the Ayers and Sons. They've just started making 6,000 and 7,000 reels, but they're going to pair it up with a 6,000 reel. It's one that they've put through the ringer testing with some guides out there, and they're just now getting them out there.
Cool.
So it's exciting. So
literally what we have up there where it has hashtag Meat Hunter, you have to have the hashtag. It is not case sensitive, but as long as you spell the letters correct, you will be entered.
Yep.
And guess what? You're not going to know for a little bit who will win this. We're going to let this continue. We'll bring it back up just as I see it slowing down. And then we got already 30 entries and climbing in there. So 110 watches right now.
Keith wants to know if y'all are going to be at CatCon or not.
Yes, we'll be at CatCon.
There we go.
Why are we going to meet him?
She wants to meet you, Keith.
Don't worry, Jeremy, Alyssa. I'll be there.
You still have that thing?
I will be there with my autograph pen.
I gave Chad that marker last year at CatCon. I'm surprised it's still around.
Is that dorky? Should I get like my little notebook?
You should. I'll totally sign it.
I'm gonna bring my cowboy hat. You
I'll sign. Look, hey,
there we go. Chad will sign anything.
I might have to get.
Don't want him to. He just goes ahead and signs it. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened last year. The one autograph I gave away last year was on a buddy of ours that came up from Louisiana. He wasn't looking, so I walked up and I signed the back of his shirt.
Parker, I'm not putting that on screen, but I think you're probably right.
Wicked Adventure shirts. We could just have you sign them, and then I'll never wash it. It'll be great.
Kevin said he brought Chad crayons to draw on the tablecloths, but he ate them.
But you guys have to understand too, I am like a kid at CatCon because I never in 1,000 million 100 years would have thought that I would get to meet some of the people that I've watched on YouTube. And so it really is whoa for me, you know. So it is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Honestly, anymore that's kind of became the last couple of years what it's been for us is to go down there and mingle with everybody that shows up.
That's what we do. I mean, the first few years, we came home with a ton of gear, but now we've reached the point where we don't really need a whole heck of a lot. We might replace stuff that's broken over the year, but
maybe some terminal tackle, stuff like that, or if I find a good deal on something, I did load up last year. A buddy of ours went out of business. I did. I bought a vendor about half out. I mean, he was a great friend of mine that unfortunately decided to give up the business right there at CatCon, and he gave me one of the first chances because I'd been with him for several years and supported him. So, and then he opened it up to all the other knuckleheads that were around.
Yeah, Two Stands has joined us.
We weren't sure if we were going to go or not, and then we started working with Alpha Boards, and Alpha Boards is like, we need you out here. We want to meet you. So so we're gonna go meet Jamie from Alpha Boards and hang out with everyone. And then of course the Golden Whisker Awards came up, and we were surprised that we were on some of those nominations. Yeah, we were. So we're gonna bring the kids, and we'll be out there.
Yeah, tell us a little bit. Jeremy, you and I have been talking off and on. You talk about Alpha Boards, Meat Hunter rods. I got your list here. There's 4 brands that you represent. If you want to tell about them, and I'll drop those. If people want to copy these codes over to use your code at their sites, they can. Awesome. But go ahead and give them a shout out real quick.
So Meat Hunters, Charles from Meat Hunters is probably the first one. There was actually a show down in Kansas, and he asked us to come out. He wanted to meet us in person. They were doing a fishing expo there. And he's been very helpful. He's hooked us up with a lot of his guys. I think Kevin's in this chat. Kevin Guides for Stripers. And he's became one of our closest friends that we met through Charles. We go down there striper fishing all the time. That's Meat Hunter Rods, and we have a code for that, and it's OWA15. Then Alpha Boards, we jumped on with them. Jamie and I just had mutual interest. I had interest in him, and he was keeping an eye on us. And we have a code for them, and it's OWA10. But what's neat about these Alpha Boards is that you can fold them flat, and they can go either way. Cool. And you can pull the arm either way. So to switch, it's pretty simple. And they actually go through the water really, really well. So we really like that.
Jeremy was really sorry to cut in, but he was excited. There's a lot of times that we'll only pull. Again, we fish for a lot of different species, so it's not just all about catfish. But the fact that these run really smooth going 3-4 miles an hour, and also really smooth going 0.3 miles an hour is pretty impressive for us. So
yes, I got to see those for the first time down at the Ice Bowl and met Jamie. Awesome dude.
Yeah, he is a very good guy.
And Jeremy definitely really looks into everyone's company, and he builds friendships, and he loved that Jamie was a cop.
Calm down, Matt.
Jamie's a police officer. So
yeah. So just good people doing good things.
And then SmackDown was just, that kind of just happened, but he would post about us and we'd post about him, kind of a mutual thing. And so he gave us a discount code. So at SmackDown, you could use OWA10 as well and get a discount on SmackDown Rod Holders or anything they have to offer on their site. And then Trophy Cat PJ is one of the best dudes I've ever met. And he actually sponsors my tournament series. So. But Wicked 10 will get you 10% off of PJ.
And he has everything. He has glow rods. He has tackle. We use a ton of Trophy Cat kitty calls.
Yeah, the kitty calls. We love it.
Is that where you get your terminal tackle? Yeah.
Sorry. That's where we get the kitty calls 100%. And then we use some of his hooks for different situations.
But we don't get all of our terminal tackle there.
I'm busting your chops there, Matt. Calm down. Calm down, Matt.
And then Ayers and Son just reached out to me literally this past weekend. So we're gonna start working with him.
A really, really awesome guy.
Yeah, he's a veteran, and he was actually in the Marines and the Army, so he seemed like a really good guy.
Wow.
Both?
Yep, he did both.
Oh wow!
You're like, I didn't have enough, fun with first one.
He told me his goal was to do all 4, but he enjoyed the Marines too much.
Wow.
So yeah, that's who we've been working with. But yeah, I've just enjoyed traveling around and meeting new people. That's been my favorite part about all of this. So
yeah, tell us a little bit more about the travels and what you guys got planned for that.
Oh, okay. So definitely I think a staple, at least for a while, is going to be the Ozarks trip every year and our Texas trip. I think Texas was probably one of my favorite states to fish in.
And we didn't even fish for catfish for an entire week. We fished for everything but catfish.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I definitely think we are going to possibly try and fit in. Pretty much there was 2 top bucket fish for the U.S. And to even think that one day we could even travel outside of the U.S. is insane to me. But maybe. But definitely the white sturgeon we might try to fit in there this year. The alligator gar we hit last year, but I would definitely not fight with anyone to go for that again. It was so much fun. And I don't know if we'll get to ocean fishing this year, but that'll definitely be in the future. There's a lot of stuff. I had actually gone to Florida once helping out for hurricane cleanup and was kind of poking around their canal system one day and caught a puffer fish. So that kind of sparked. I was like, what the? Holy cow. So yeah, you could catch anything in Florida, I'm convinced. So travel down there at some point.
To be honest, I'd really like to catch a monster bluegill, the 3-4 pound bluegill.
The big, the Arizona bluegills and stuff.
Because there's
I was gonna say we were talking about those. What, Josh? Just a couple days ago
day
about those
before.
ones in Arizona.
Jeremy from Creole Catfishing said there's always the bull sharks down in Louisiana. So
let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
knows how to get 'em.
That'd be crazy. See, and that's something that would definitely be a dream too, is shark fishing. I had to be honest though. Sometimes I watch those ocean excursions and I'm like, could I do that? Like, could I actually go out deep sea fishing and not be able to see bank anywhere?
You
It's
won't
just
know until you
something
do
to
it.
think about. Like, it's a different game.
You can always do a test run. As soon as you can't see it,
Yep,
you don't
yep.
go back,
Yeah.
go back, go back.
Well,
Yeah.
you
gotta
said the magic sturgeon word and Luke appeared.
Oh, guys, don't bring that up because now Dee's gonna be
Luke,
in
we're
there
gonna come
googling it
see you,
again.
Luke.
You're gonna have
We're
Luke
definitely
and
gonna come
Parker.
see you.
Oh, we want to so bad. Yes.
That is on Dee's wish list. Wish
Is
list.
it?
Is
I love the fish
some
list.
sturgeon.
Yeah, we catch a lot of shovel nose, the small sturgeon.
Well, yeah, she wants to go out to like the northwest
Yep,
and fish for the
Mhm.
the
big,
monsters.
monster white sturgeon.
Yeah.
I caught one that was about 25 pounds. It's the biggest sturgeon I've ever caught in Nebraska, but it was a pallid sturgeon.
Well, I want to catch an arapaima. So
I don't know where Richard's at, but I'm in Kentucky. Where are we going?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally
ooh.
have to be a hop, skip, and a jump somewhere here.
Yeah, I'm wondering where that
I'm
one's
assuming
at.
he's talking about
Don't you wear?
bluegill.
Hey, you're on the wrong side of the river, Josh. You don't count.
I don't disagree about that. Y'all could annex this into Illinois, and you would not hear me complain.
Hey.
So
I've been trying to get a protest to switch you guys that will trade Louisville for your part of Illinois.
that sounds like
Even
an
trade.
awesome trade. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
So, well, and I apologize, Jeremy. I know you was getting ready to say something. If I stepped over you, I apologize for that.
No, you're good. I just was seeing if I assumed he was talking about bluegill, 3-pound bluegill.
3-pound bluegill.
3-pound bluegill would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying,
You want to so bad.
I would love to find bluegill that big. Yeah, nobody really ever mentions going to Kentucky to catfish, unless you're on the Mississippi, along our borders, or southern
Yeah.
Ohio river type area. There's a couple lakes that are, fairly decent. It's different areas.
Kentucky and Barkley Lake in your state. Come on.
Yeah, but do you ever really hear anything about it?
Peel and drag catches hogs out of there all the time. So
Stop it. I'm trying to keep people out of that lake so I can go back because I've been.
yeah, you don't ever go. So
Let's
That's
get
one
this
thing
back
we
up here.
noticed
Just
we noticed
Make
going live on TikTok is everyone always wants to know where you're fishing. And I don't always want to give it away.
I know.
oh yeah.
Richard Federle is in Louisville. So, Richard, I am literally an hour and 15 minutes from Louisville. So, if you want to send me those coordinates from 3-pound bluegill,
Yeah. We'll be there during cat
cheers,
Con.
buddy. Yeah, where'd everybody go? They're all out catching 3-pound bluegill. But we have 63 people entered currently into the Meat Hunter and Ayers Reel.
Ayers and Son.
Ayers and Son Reel giveaway. It's a combo. If you haven't gotten in there, please get that info in there. We got 121 people watching.
Awesome.
Hi.
We've got 65 entries now. We only got 65 thumbs up, and I definitely am not going to spin this wheel with 120 people watching and only 64 thumbs up, because that tells me that you are not just here, or that you're basically just here to try to win a prize. Give us some love. Give these guys and gals some love. Come on. It's free. The thumbs up is free, I promise you.
Make sure you all subscribe to Catfish Weekly if you haven't subscribed.
Yeah.
Well, if they are commenting in chat, they had to subscribe.
They have been
Oh,
subscribed.
that's cool.
Subscriber mode works wonders sometimes. It also
That is cool. I didn't even know that was a thing.
it's good for keeping the bots out, so you don't end up with the bots putting spam in the chat. So
yeah.
I hate
Randy
that.
Swain. You're next, Keith, for taking up for Chad. Wow, James Dockery is about to pull a me, and he's going to time out Keith because he's taking up for me. Monster Monster. Parker Pursuit says Kentucky Lake in Berkeley has monster red ear as
Mhm.
well.
What?
But I did see that location in Louisville is in the middle of a field and a farm pond. That takes me back to some of my younger days.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yep.
Get off my property. Anyway, where is that thumb, Shanti? You know where the thumb's up, buddy. All right, I'm caught up. Have you seen anything else that I haven't that I might have missed, Josh?
I haven't seen one. Let's see.
What questions you got for these two fine folks that aren't nervous at all? Obviously,
I know, right?
you guys have done wonderful.
You
really.
guys have done great. So
You're so
Appreciate
nice
it.
to us.
Is there anything that you want to tell us that we haven't covered? You know,
What else do you want to talk about?
do you guys are you guys competitive of all with each other out there fishing?
I have to be careful because she'll get mad. Like
Oh,
if I start beating her, she gets mad. So
no, I
Not all
won't.
the time.
there's a video out there. It's actually the one that's up for Golden Whisker Award.
Our double.
She was legit mad at me for reeling in a big catfish. Like I cut out some of it.
I
but
wasn't.
She was mad.
Oh,
and
this
then
isn't
I'm
our
rolling
double.
I'm rolling in this like 63-pound catfish, and she's like, I'm a bit jealous you keep catching all these big fish. As soon as she said that, the rod behind her goes down. I'm like, well, go catch that one. And it ended up being 50 pounds. So.
And my goal this year, I wanted a 50-pound blue. I had never caught a blue in the 50s. I caught one on almost 70 pounds, and I've caught a bunch of 40s. I've never caught a blue cat in the 50s. So that's my goal this year. I've gotten better-ish. It depends. Sometimes we go on long, like, you know, if you go in a dry spell, you're kind of like a little like.
She was actually a little bummed this weekend for a little bit, and then we found a spot that we just started getting on the fish.
Because I wasn't feeling the best, so
yeah,
I wasn't
she was also
really
not feeling well, but we got to the spot and literally it wasn't even 5 minutes. We caught our first fish.
Oh my god!
And then another rod went down. We caught like 10 fish in an hour and a half.
It was wild.
That chippered her up a little bit.
It was wild weekends.
Oh, I didn't see this one. And Nebraska, if you said wrong question, what wrong question? I'm trying to look up through here.
I'm trying to find
if
it.
I missed something. When did Alyssa come up with kissing fish?
Yeah, we haven't talked about
Yes.
that.
Good job, Matt.
I was actually like, I always just was taught to make my own rigs, and ever since I started fishing and learning to fish, like that's what you did in the winter for your downtime, was you just made rigs, like a lot of rigs. And when I started traveling to Alabama, well, those are big waters, and you know, your potential of a big catfish is there. I started kind of looking into, you know, different line, and actually started looking into a lot of saltwater kind of techniques and stuff like that, things that they would use that would hold up to these fish, but utilize it in the catfish world, because some of those are baby sharks, you guys. Like freaking, they're massive. So I started making all the rigs for the catfish trail that I was doing down there when we would go fishing. And the director was like, whoa, I can't believe that these guys are trusting you with your rigs. Like, that's awesome. And I was like, oh, I guess that is like kind of cool. Like, you know, this is just all I know. And so looking into it more, there wasn't a ton of people who were making pre-rigged leaders at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, maybe there's people like me who just, you know, haven't fished their entire life, but want to get into it. They're having fun with it. They like to do it with their kids, but they don't want to spend their winter. Like, they're not, an avid fisherman is going to love doing that stuff. I love doing that stuff, but they don't want to spend their winters making rigs. And so, like, if you just, my sister's a perfect example. They just want to grab some stuff and go out a few times a year. So I thought, you know, maybe I could start, there's something to this. And then I really started enjoying the different color schemes and the fun. I hate to say it, but the small feminine take on everything. It's details that I care about that someone else might not care about. and the love that I put into these and my knots and making sure everything's sharp. And
there is not a fisherman out there,
Yeah.
especially if they're catching, crappie or bass or anything. When you're talking about the look of stuff, there are plenty of brands out there that catch our eye, and that's why we buy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
Because
yeah.
even us guys were like,
I know.
that looks pretty in a manly way.
You look how tackle is marketed. It is marketed to catch the fishermen
It
and not
catch
the
the
fish.
eye.
So I mean,
It
it's-
is. It
That's
is,
awesome.
but it is, I have the time for it. I'm really lucky that Jeremy and I are on this journey together. It gives me the time to focus a lot on kissing fish and make sure that every single hook is sharp and no burrs are on them and my lines are tight. There's no nicks in the line. Just to really actually give a quality product because I do have that time.
That's awesome.
And I keep it affordable. Like our thing has always been, if we wouldn't do this because we weren't just given it, then we can't promote it. Like if it's something that we would actually go purchase on our own because we truly believe that it helps us, like we can promote it. So our biggest thing is just stay true to ourselves and our values. If I wouldn't sell it to you if I wouldn't use it for myself.
And we do. We use her rigs all the time.
We do. Now we don't exclusively use kiss and fish because I only have circle hooks. We use a ton of trophy cat tackle because Jeremy loves his hybrid and J hooks, especially for flatheads. We're going after really big flatheads. We got to have something that's going to actually hook their lip. My circle hook, it ain't going to touch a flathead's lip. Their lips are like one. This, this thick. So, and it's all about supporting one another too. No bad blood, and we work together, and it's just been a really great experience for sure.
Now, Dee brought up a good.
Yep,
that was going to be my question, and then
you go
up,
right ahead.
So.
Go right ahead.
Fields to Water started out the online tournaments a few years ago, and they started it out with the couples showdown, a couples catfishing tournament. So that's going to be coming up in September. Are y'all going to fish it? Have you thought about fishing any of the online?
I'd definitely be interested.
A couples showdown.
Couples showdown. It's
this will be the 5th annual
couples as a team fishing against other couples. You guys always keep that one most fish, don't you?
Fun.
something like that.
That's how Christina and I met Chad and Dee, and now they've become family to us. So, I mean,
yeah, that'd be fun.
That is super cool.
We do tend to tweak the rules from year to year, just maybe a little slight here and there, but for the most part they stay the same. But this will be the 5th year that we've done the couple showdown. It'll be in September, probably about mid-month or towards the end. I haven't decided on the exact dates yet, but yeah, it's single day for the couple to fish, but it's usually a 4-day tournament. So we got 8 different anglers on 4 different days fishing,
cool.
and then it's just it's a bragging rights, but we raise money as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to bring it up on you, Josh.
I might as well, or else I'll never hear the end of it anyway. So just don't let him knock your fish off or drop it back in the lake or fail to net it or whatever. So,
and then Fish on Luke was asking, are you coming with the group to Mendota this year?
Yeah,
that'll be in May.
In May.
What is that?
So Mendota, there's a group that gets together up in Lake Mendota. It's in Madison, Wisconsin, and it's about the channel cats. We go up there and it's fishing like 1 to 3 feet of water, and just
what?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, D and I caught in 4 days up there, 5 days. Can't remember how many days we fished. We caught 50 channel cats and averaged, I think it was 15 pounds a piece. I mean, it was really nice, and several, right at 20 pounds, and I think the biggest one was 25 and a half. So they're fighting like you was talking about earlier. That a 10-pound. Imagine even a 10-pound channel cat.
Oh yeah.
When you're
and
fishing
you're in
for them
2 foot of water,
2 foot
so
of
they
water.
have to shoot this way.
There's only 2 directions for them to go, left or right.
You could be up there at Mendota dragging baits, and you will see the fish jump yards behind the boat before the rod ever goes down. He'll hit it and jump and go crazy. They'll tail walk.
The first time I ever saw it, we were dragging baits, and I was like, "Did you see that carp?"
No
It was
way.
literally out of the water walking, came back down, and all of a sudden my rod just goes
Loaded up.
loaded.
No.
It's a different experience in that shallow water. I don't know, but because
I
we
got
have
goosebumps.
places here we can catch 10, 15 pound, 20, even
Yeah.
20-pound channel cats, and it's different going up there and doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of water
Oh yeah.
because they are jacked up on something. There is something in that
Let's
water.
go.
There's something in the water that gets them mean.
Yeah,
So wear my gloves for that one so they don't tear up my hands.
that's right.
Last time we were up there, I had one of them get mad and steal a set of fish grips from me. So
Maybe we'll
One
catch him
almost
back this
took
year.
a tear on that one time we got him, but we're like, oh no.
I'm hoping he was able to get those off his lips. So
I am way. Oh, Nebraska said, asking when I said if you're competitive with each other, he said,
Yep.
Everything is a competition with them.
Stan says some of the best, most awesome channels on YouTube got their start on the couples challenge. So
that is very true.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be interested in that. You have to let us know.
Yes.
it's fun. We my wife Christina and I fish that one every year. So
Yes. Fun.
we haven't won it. We had the monopoly on second place for like the first couple years. But
Yeah, yeah, you did. Easy slugger. Oh my goodness, we're up to 75 people entered into the Meat Hunter Flex Rod and the Ayers and Son reel.
We're also at 90 thumbs up.
90 thumbs up.
90 thumbs up. We've got 125 people watching. Let's
Appreciate
see if we can
you
get that
all.
up to 100 thumbs.
I'm scrolling through here, seeing what's going on. If I'm missing anything, hello Wayne Frost. Let's see.
We were gonna go. Well, we were gonna go ice fishing, but with rain. But now there's no more ice. I don't think.
See, that was the last video you just put out, right? Was the ice fishing?
Yeah, I made it into the best video I could.
I'll tell you what,
we did.
It's a good thing that you guys, booked to be on this show before you put that video out. I don't know if Lyle would have allowed you guys to be guests, knowing you guys were ice fishing.
We're ice fishing.
That's the second time we've ever been ice fishing together.
It was. The second time.
But then we went out on the river this past weekend, and today I got pictures of the river, and it's full of ice. So I'm glad I got out there before.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, wow.
It is? I didn't even notice that. No, this past weekend we had a really successful weekend, and we made deer chili on the boat, and so that'll be a really fun video on Sunday.
Thank you, Dee. She does have lots of energy. I love that about her.
Yeah,
we're at 95.
95 is what I was showing. 96 now.
96. We hit 100. I'll spin this, but I have a real important question here from a fan that wants to know: has Alyssa ever reeled her hair into her reel?
Almost. Oh my gosh! And it was when we were spoonbill fishing, but luckily my hair is not super long anymore, and I usually
a lot of times
keep it up. Yeah, a lot of times I'll keep it up when we're fishing. Especially I used to have this weird superstition that I want to catch fish with my hair down, but then I think we broke that on like Tommy Vaughn's boat, or someone like forced me to fish with my hair down. And I caught a fish.
Ricky for Fatties wants to know who wants to fish more, Jeremy or Alyssa. So
it's pretty equal.
Yeah,
we're usually on the same page about that. Just
never has one of us been like, want to go fishing, and the other one said no, like ever. Like
that's not a bad problem to have.
No.
Not one bit. So
a lot of times, like even especially in the summertime, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go set up here, so when you're off work, just meet me here.
And we'll just have like pizza by the river set up. Like seriously, the best.
You know what I always say? Couples who fish together spend a lot more money together.
That's true. That is very true.
I still have to try and be like, Jeremy,
ID.
what did you order? Like when we got this giant ice hut that was hard for me to lift inside, I was like,
okay.
Yeah, definitely. Boys like to spend lots of money on fishing stuff.
There is some information on the Meat Hunter rods right there. We have Meat Hunter rods in chat.
Wonderful. Hey.
We
Oh, hey,
took a
Charles. What's
flex
up?
top and an
Charles.
extreme bottom, made a two-piece rod, caught 17,500 pounds of white sturgeon in 2 days on the Columbia River. Largest was 450 pounds, 8'6" long.
Oh,
Man,
Wow. I'm glad you guys are
I know
reading
we
that
had
instead of
some
seeing me get beat
sturgeon
up.
friends wanting to know which rods to use.
That's pretty cool. And I do know
208 Idaho Sturgeon was talking to us about Meat Hunter sturgeon rods. So
what
pretty.
I do know that our old channel friend from Catfish Weekly, Doc Lane, is a meat hunter user and guy too.
Yeah, Doc's with
yes,
me.
he is.
And just so you know, I did see that Josh missed a message, so I will tell everybody about it. But with those big fish that you've been catching on the Catfish, you're 50, you're 60, 70, you can post the pictures of those when you catch them. It can't be like from like 10 years ago, like within reason the last, this year or whatever, to the Catfish Weekly site. And then, Lyle does give one of those away to the person that makes those posts. You just got to get with him after you post it. So,
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
Yep, you can also send those. You catch a good fish, send those pictures in, and we'll put it on the bragging board.
Oh, yeah.
Put those up
that's
each week.
cool.
So
a great point, Josh. Guess what, Josh?
what's that?
We just hit 100 thumbs up.
Are we at 100?
We've
Yes,
got
we are.
81 entries. I will allow. Oh my God, she did not just do the confetti. I love it. That's awesome.
This is what I deal with all the time.
I already know the name. We lost control.
Yeah.
I will let Alyssa choose and tell me when to spin this, but we've got to give people like at least 5 seconds if they want to get in a last second entry to the Meat Hunter rod.
Okay.
You only can enter once. If you put it in there, you don't have to enter again.
More seconds, guys.
You just tell me when.
Meat Hunter.
I'm circling the draw.
Minnow. Don't ruin this for me.
Yeah, let them know when they click it.
You let me know.
Right now.
Boom. Somebody got it right
There
in
we
there
go.
very last second, too.
Yep, Solo Texan got in there right there at the last bit.
Sounds
Sounds
of
of
nature.
That's a new one.
Best way for. Do you know them, by the way?
I do not know that name.
You do not know them.
Oh,
Hey.
we gotta look it up.
I say let's get the information from them, Josh. We'll have them send that information over to I'll put that. I get it right here.
Catfish Weekly TV at
Thank
gmail.com. I'm going to put that in
That's what I was going to do too.
in chat.
So
So Sounds of Nature. I just put the email address in chat there. It's Catfish Weekly TV, all one word, at gmail.com. Send your information over that way, and we will get it forwarded on.
We will need to know that you won. Obviously,
Meat Hunter rod.
you won the Meat Hunter rod and reel, but they will need your name and address as well.
Yes.
Yep. Send
Please
your
don't make us
your
go back
shipping
forward.
information over. That way they can get that out to you.
So I see them in chat there right
Yep,
now.
so-
So
Yay!
congratulations to
Congratulations.
you.
Excited.
I will stop sharing that screen. Went from confetti to a freaking cat jumping up and scaring the heck out of
This
me.
is my stray cat minnow that I actually found in the middle of nowhere when I was fishing the canal by myself. And I almost kicked her because I thought she was a skunk.
Now that wouldn't have been that just don't seem like a good idea to kick a skunk.
Well, I think it was because it scared the crap out of me because I was just fishing by myself in the middle of nowhere. And now I have minnow.
And now
Lucky
Minnow's gone.
me.
Oh,
We have 4 of them running around our house.
I have one, and I've been trying to.
When I first went fishing with her, she brought that cat with her. First time I ever fished with her. I was like, who brings a cat with them fishing? But she just wandered around her and hung around.
Oh, wow. No, ours throw a fit if you put them in the car and go anywhere. They freak out. So
Yeah, our cat would freak and run
yeah,
away.
no,
I should
no
take
car rides
it
for the
fishing.
kitties.
We have a video out there where she had climbed up a tree, and Alyssa had to climb up the tree to get her cat down.
Oh
And I actually
gosh.
caught Alyssa while she was falling out of the tree
my
with the
gosh,
cat.
Oh,
you
wow.
did.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Minnow definitely. Yeah, I found her one time on the canal, and one thing led to another. She ended up sleeping in the car when it was raining, and came back home with me. And
And she's allergic to cats, so.
so stupid. But yeah, she definitely eats the tails. When I cut up my cut bait, she eats the tails and hangs around us and fishes with us. It's very weird, but I love her.
All right. Well, anything else that you want to bring to our attention before we go?
It's been fun.
I think so.
I've enjoyed it. Thanks for having us on.
It's been very fun. Yes, I'm excited to see you in person at CatCon.
That's going to be here before we know it. That's
It
Yeah,
gonna be-
is,
we looked at it.
yes.
I'm ready.
2 weeks now.
I'll have my shirt ready.
I
this
think yeah,
time.
we've got about.
Yeah, by
What
the
is
end
it,
of this
23rd?
week, it's 2 weeks from Friday. So
Yeah.
Close enough. I know I get a day off work, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Not
wrong
at
with
all. So
We
we'll
are
definitely see you there. You
Yes.
guys have been. Yes, we definitely love the
Absolutely.
energy. They're definitely an energetic couple. If you guys haven't, go over and check them out. Outdoor Wicked Adventures on YouTube. We've been posting it in the chat. It's in the description of tonight's show as well. And don't forget. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I gotta go back and find it. Josh made me mess up.
Why are you blaming me?
'Cause I can.
Oh, well.
If you have and want to look for a deal, and now I won't be able to find it quickly. There it is. Here are
Danny, yes, we do.
some-
We'll be getting to that here in just a minute.
Calm down.
Danny's asking about the bragging board.
If you want to use or check out any of the products that they use there are 4 that they had listed. With
Yes,
codes, so you
thank
can go check them out and
you.
help them out.
And Danny
that
was
notoriety.
talking the other day, said Stacia, his wife, might not watch all of Catfish Weekly, but when she hears the bragging board song come on, she'll come back in.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, how about we show it to them then, Josh?
Let's take a look at it. Howdy, folks. It's time once again to take a look at the Catfish Weekly bragging board. This one covers through the week of February the 5th, 2024. Leading us off this week, we have Gabby and Allison of Benoit Fishing Outdoors. They went out this past weekend, caught a couple of very nice channel catfish. Said they didn't get any weights, but they had fun catching them, and that's what's important. Congratulations, you two, and thanks for sending the pictures into the bragging board. Next up, we have Brandon from over at Fishizzle. Brandon come up with a 40-pound blue cat. Looks like they were both enjoying the unseasonably warm temperatures we've been having. Congratulations, Brandon. Great job. Next up, we have James from Cool Cats Fishing. James is now officially a member of the Sturgeon Club, catching this 28-pound sturgeon live during Jody's live stream this past Friday. Congratulations, James. Great job. And joining us once again this week is Mike from over at Greenwell Fishing. Mikey went out and caught a 37 and a 40-pound blue cat this past weekend. Mike is kind of a perennial fixture here on the bragging board if you haven't noticed already. But as always, great job, buddy. Tara Blackburn, the Catfish Queen, next up on our board with a 28-pound blue cat. I believe this might be Tara's first time on the bragging board. Either way, congratulations, Tara. Great work. Closing us out this week, we have the pool guy from over at Fishing and Stuff. He went out fishing with Keith, come up with a personal best blue cat of 10 pounds. That's his first 10-pound fish. And from what I've been told, he is still refusing to let Keith use his pool.
I done told you to stay out of my pool. Riley, Kill, get your tail back here.
Don't forget, guys, you too can be featured on the Catfish Weekly bragging board. To be eligible, the fish needs to have been caught within the past 14 days, and we accept pictures of any species of fish. To get yourself or a friend on the bragging board, all you need to do is email your fish photo to pics@theweekendangler.com. Send us the information shown on your screen, and we'll get it on the board for you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great week.
Those are good fish.
Oh, that was an awesome bragging board this week.
Yeah, well, you know, when Keith sends you a message and ask for a favor, you do it. So I'm just gonna say right there, you do it. So
Yeah, he messages me every week and asks me not to time him out, and I don't listen to him. I guess that's why I started going to you.
JG Hill said, "I hope the neighbor doesn't need any welding done." That's the truth.
That is true.
Lots of good fish on the board this week, and you know what? It's starting to warm up. We hopefully are done with the deep freeze that we had for what, 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And
Well,
hopefully that's going away and get some more fish on the board. So
according to Ryan Hall, we probably have one on the eastern, the eastern half of the U.S. Probably one more dip bound towards the end of the month, and then he thinks we'll be out of it. So
yeah, well, that's over like in stand 2 country, so they can. They
Yeah,
can
as long as it stays over there.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping
they
it stays
can have it.
way up northeast, and we just stay like I'm digging these highs in the 50s during the day,
Oh, yeah.
in the middle of winter
Yes.
time. So.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Josh, anything you guys got or you got to close us out with?
Nothing I can think of. Jeremy and Alyssa, thank you for joining us tonight. It has been a blast. You guys are
it's been
very
so
very
fun.
energetic.
I just want to thank you guys so much again. Again, I'm just like a little kid, I never would have thought that I ever would have been on the Catfish Weekly podcast. So thank you guys. It's been
It was a
absolutely
pleasure having you.
amazing.
Yep.
It's been so much fun. It's definitely been a dream. And
Maybe
I
we can get you on down the road.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Oh,
But
that's right.
yeah,
Stanhog did say that spring is here. So
Yes.
if y'all didn't see it, the
Goodness.
Stanhog did make an appearance. So
Perfect.
Go over and check that out. It's pretty funny. But we get you back on here again. Alyssa, we're going to need you to pep it up a little bit, and Jeremy, we're going to need you to bring it down. Okay.
Jeremy, you need to calm down just a bit next time. So.
Slow down. Mind my manners.
Mind them. Be nice.
Freddie, that's right. We talked at the beginning of the show about keeping Lyle and his family in your thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
And keep Bobcat and his family in your prayers this week too. Bobcat lost his mother the other day. So
we love you guys.
Yeah, appreciate y'all watching.
Yep, y'all are going to have to come back and join us again real soon. So
We love it.
Yeah,
we
for sure.
appreciate it. We had a blast with you guys. Thank you so much.
Some of us will see
And
you here in just a few weeks.
congratulations. Congratulations to Sounds.
Definitely. So make sure you email us at the Catfish Weekly TV at gmail.com and send us all that information so we can get that over to Jeremy and Alyssa so they can get that over to their proud sponsor.
Get your rod and reel combo out. Yes.
You ready for that spring bite?
It's on. I can tell you, I caught a few this weekend, and they are fattening up quick already.
Yes.
Yep.
We are noticing that.
I don't know. Ours were belly down in the mud all weekend. So
Ours, yeah.
The ones we caught had mud on their bellies. So
yeah,
weren't
they were biting, but we
Mm-hmm.
they were light biting like crazy. So it needs to warm up just a little bit more. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Make sure you guys go over to Panfish Nation on Wednesday night. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. weird Central Time. And then we got the bait shop over on Fields to Water on Thursday night. Come check us out. God only knows what we'll be talking about. It'll probably be controversial.
That's what you guys do.
So, with that, I hope everybody has a blessed week. And thank you for watching Catfish Weekly.
Yep. Have a great week, y'all.